Howdy and Frank Show, the Rock and Rescue Mission. KLOS Blood Drive aims to crush blood shortage. Blood shortage?
Well, I mean,
everybody's got some.
Everybody's got some. That's why it makes no sense that there should be a shortage. You've got blood. This is something anybody can do.
I don't think it's a shortage. I think they're blood hoarders. Stop hoarding your own blood, people. Blood hoarder. All right.
On A&E.
Let's get Cliff Numark in here. There he is.
He knows all the stats.
He is the CEO for the American Red Cross Blood Services.
How are you?
Great.
And he brought gifts, Frank.
And look at
He knows how to
the
get on our
blood
good side.
red tie. Look at that. He dresses for us. Look at this.
Nice to see you, Heidi. Nice to see you.
Have a seat, man. Glad to have you here. This is like the 32nd annual. This will be our first because this is our first year here at KLOS. Coming up on that year anniversary, September 4th. It's going to be our 1 year anniversary here, and everything's been going great, and so we're really glad that we can finally be a part of this big deal.
I donate blood all the time, Cliff. I bet I know what this is. Do you know what this is, Frank?
That's a stress ball.
No.
You gotta squeeze this. You squeeze this and get your veins pumping with blood. So you squeeze that. They get the blood all in your vein there, and then you're good to go.
You got it, Heidi.
Right?
You're a pro.
I donate, but I'm A positive, by the way.
That's great.
It is such a
Is
good
there a
thing
blood that you need more of? Because there's so many different types.
There's lots of different types. The O negative is the blood type that goes to anyone.
Okay.
So typically, if you go into the hospital, you're going to need the blood type that matches you. So, Heidi, if you were to go in the hospital, you would want A positive.
Yep.
But in an emergency, if they didn't have time to type you, they would just give you O negative blood. And so consequently, it's like they call it the universal donor. So that means that O negative is oftentimes the most in demand because O negative patients can only receive O negative blood, but everyone can also. So that's why it's.
So if you are sitting there with O negative blood, there's a lot of pressure.
You may not even know what you have. Some people don't even know what type they have.
And that's why you should give blood, because actually if you give blood, you'll get a Red Cross donor card, and it will inform you of your blood type.
It's so weird. We have Cliff Numark with us, and talking to you, I thought you'd be like, we need O positive blood. Like you'd have this weird Transylvanian accent. I'd be like, I bet you do, man.
Come on.
He's a normal guy.
He is. Just a normal young guy.
No fangs, that's right.
No fangs.
But he has no reflection in the window over there.
That's weird. Weird.
I'm actually AB positive.
That's great.
So I'm special, right?
AB positive is great blood. Also, when you give blood...
Don't you say that about all blood.
Well, that's because everything is special.
It is special.
So AB positive, for example, your plasma is so valuable. It's called liquid gold.
Oh, God almighty.
Gold! The golden child!
Why are you telling him this?
So you can give blood.
I'm like on the show True Blood, I'm like fairy blood. Seriously.
There you go.
Oh, no. Okay, so tell him more about how awesome his blood is again. It is what? You said liquid gold.
AB plasma is called liquid gold because it's like O negative blood on the red cells. O negative red cells can go to everybody.
Okay.
AB plasma can basically go to everyone. Yeah.
So when you do apheresis or whatever,
when we take a normal unit of blood, we split it into its component parts. So we take out the red cell, separate it from the plasma, and separate it from the platelets. Oftentimes, yeah. So that's why the plasma is actually a separate product that's used, usually to treat burn victims. Anytime they want to basically replenish your volume.
Okay, so take my plasma out and put my blood back in?
Actually, you know what? If you do pheresis, which is giving platelets only, we will put your red blood cells back in and take your plasma.
And you know what you get to do? They do that. You watch a little movie.
You got it, Heidi. Yeah. Wow, impressive.
You sit down there, they take the good stuff out there, they put your blood back in, you watch a movie, you're done.
Then you head down to happy hour and it's like half off, half off.
That would be a bad idea. I have to say that.
Don't do that.
That's where you have your juice, you have your chips, you get your chips and your juice and all that stuff.
This the 32nd annual blood drive with the Red Cross is set to draw more than 6,000 life savers, or we're going to save 6,000 lives in this one blood drive?
We need 6,000 basically people to give blood.
Okay.
And then
we can do that?
We need about 2,500 more appointments. So we need folks to call 1-800-RED-CROSS or go to 955KLOS.com or redcrossblood.org, sponsor code KLOS to sign up to give blood. We really
I'm going to do it. I haven't made an appointment yet, so maybe that's what you can't just walk in.
You can walk in. We like people to schedule appointments because for all the goodies, we got the event vouchers, the T-shirts, all that. Appointments have priority.
Okay.
So that's why we like people to make appointments, especially usually Thursday, Friday. Those would be great times because we're looking really low on appointments during those.
Now,
Now this all kicks off tomorrow.
Tomorrow is the big day. Tomorrow is the big start-off day, and we actually have Derek live in the morning at Pomona.
I know. I see here, legendary DJs broadcasting. It says Derek Madden will be broadcasting live. I'm like, legendary? He started last week.
It doesn't take a lot to be a legend anymore, Frank.
My God, he wrote this. I know he wrote this.
Legendary. Now, Cliff, what do you say to people who are like, I would, but I'm scared to donate?
Okay, so this is what we say.
I don't
So
know.
why are they scared? Probably they say, I'm afraid of needles, right?
Right.
And so what we typically say is, it's just like a pinch, and isn't a pinch and an hour of your time worth somebody's life? Because that's really what it's about.
How do you argue that?
I mean, Cliff here, he's like a superhero because it's like you've been doing this for a while now. And so as far as like you being the major recruiter for blood donors, you've saved over, 400,000 lives, you figure?
Well, so every year we collect about 350,000 pints of blood and about more than 50,000 platelet products. So, and I've been doing this for about 10 years. So and
the KLOS, Frank, this started like back in 1981 at a high school where they did one day, one collection, 250 pints of blood.
That's right.
And
That's right.
32 years
When it
later,
says you're the recruitment guy, I mean, obviously, like every time there's like a natural disaster or something like that, the Red Cross was, hey, come now, we need blood because everyone's like on the help train because something's happened. We
Right.
got to help. And times like this where it's like, oh, everything seems cool. We still need help because things aren't being
People always
broadcast
need
of
blood.
disaster. It's like, yeah, people always need blood.
What we like to say is that we need to have the blood there for the daily disasters. If your mom, dad, friend, relative is in the hospital going through surgery, heart transplant, knee replacement, whatever, it's a disaster for them and for you, right? So that's the daily disasters that we need to help people. But then if there is a massive disaster, we need to have the blood on hand to distribute to the patients. So like, for example, during the Chatsworth train crash, we shipped immediately 200 pints of blood to neighboring hospitals because we had dozens of people who had major life-threatening injuries. We had about 500 people after that train crash, and KLOS was a big supporter of that, by the way. They came out to donate blood. The irony is those people who came to donate blood didn't help those patients.
They're helping.
They're helping future patients. So that's why we have to have the blood on hand. That's why.
How long does it keep?
It's 42 days. Red cells last, and platelets last only 5 days. So we're a 24/7 shop every single day across the entire year. We're collecting blood products.
Okay.
Cliff Numark with us from the American Red Cross. We're kicking off the 32nd annual blood drive with them starting tomorrow, 20 locations. Call up and make an appointment. That's how you can get the good stuff. Like I said, the T-shirt, the vouchers for tickets to concerts like An Evening with Chicago, Jerry Garcia's Symphonic Celebration, Frampton Guitar Circus with B.B. King, Steely Dan, LA County Fair general admission. Let's see, LA County Fair for Bad Company, John Fogerty, Brian Wilson, Jeff Beck, Moody Blues. So obviously, if you're a KLOS, you're a rock fan, go out there and get the voucher for the tickets. Go.
We got to sign up too.
Take a date. This will be the first date. Take a date to go give blood, then take her to the concert later on when that actually happens. See.
And should be a cheap date because a little cut.
There you go. She's a cheap date.
Not a good idea.
I know.
Not a good idea.
It's like no. Don't tell
You
him
can feed her with the cookies and the chips or whatever you got going on over here.
And you'll know that you're with a good girl because she's a giver.
But you got to call them. 1-800-RED-CROSS is the number. 1-800-RED-CROSS, or go to redcrossblood.org.
We got to pick a day,
that sponsor code KLOS. Yeah, we're going to be out there too. I saw that. We just got to pick a space, but we're all going to be out there at some time. Breakfast with the Beatles host Chris Carter, Melissa Max, Tony Scott, Denise Westwood. We're all going to be out at a certain location at some point. We haven't decided yet, like exactly which one. We just got back from vacation. I don't think my blood's ready for you yet. Seriously, I've been in Cabo for a week.
Anybody looking for tequila positive? Anybody need that?
I'm like, I don't know.
You need a couple days of just water.
You want to be in general good health, right?
cleanse.
Well hydrated.
Yeah.
Eat lots of red meat and spinach to get your iron levels up.
Is that what? Okay,
Oh,
red
yeah.
meat and,
Yeah.
and spinach.
Yeah,
All
that's
right.
one of the top reasons why people can't give who are otherwise healthy is because
Anemia?
Yeah, exactly. They don't. Their iron level isn't high enough.
So like
it's-
vegans and stuff.
Yeah, we want to make sure they have, like red meat, spinach. Oh, obviously not red meat for vegans, but spinach, dark chocolate. There's all kinds of beans, all kinds of good stuff to get your iron level up. Yeah.
I see that like when I go through the mall, there's like a recruitment for the armed forces. There's that. Well, isn't there a Red Cross thing in the mall? Because I can just imagine people going through the mall and be like, hey, let's get some blood.
The number one reason why people don't give blood is because they aren't asked basically personally. because you're asking someone to have a needle stuck in their arm, which is a pretty personal
Right.
act.
And then give me fluid, the stuff
Yep.
that's keeping you alive. Can
Yep.
we have some of it?
Yeah, exactly.
But I think in the mall, I mean, I've gone by those places where they have those crazy Koreans with those chairs that they massage you on, and they like beat the hell out of you,
Right.
and you're like, okay, I'll let you touch me. I think a little prick in the arm would be way better than crack,
Yeah.
knee, punch, elbow. Walking out there going, I got a massage at
You
the
go
mall.
donate at the Red Cross, then you go get yourself a Wetzel's pretzel.
They squeezed.
I mean, my God.
They've actually squeezed blood out of me. Just put a tray under those chairs at the mall. Just collect the blood that way. Just,
Oh, God.
it's
Yeah.
I think you should open up a place in the mall. I think that would be huge. I don't know. I mean,
While they're
mall-
waiting
a
to get
mall
their
should just-
eyeglasses.
Mall should just donate that rent of some. You don't need that much space to go in.
It's funny, Frank. What we found is when I'll just give you an example. We had this big conference, Governor's Conference of Women and Children. 10,000 people showed up. We had, and these are people who obviously care about women and children, right? So we had a blood drive there. We had 10 people. Because if you're just there, you need someone to actively go out there and get them to say, hey, just like you guys are doing right now. You're
Right.
actively going out to the great KLOS listeners to say, please give.
Do it.
Yes, come
I'm
on.
not asking. I'm telling.
We're all doing it.
That's
We're all
better.
giving.
Do it.
They need 2,500 more. We can do this. Heidi
And find
Frank
out if
fans.
you're liquid gold like me.
Oh, God, that makes me sick.
Oh, my
that
God,
he's
I wanna
liquid
drink
gold.
myself.
Oh, Cliff, that is the worst news I got all day. I'm telling you. Your blood is liquid gold.
I knew it. I knew I was
plasma, the
special.
plasma. Yeah.
Your plasma.
I
Your
knew I was
blood.
special.
You felt it. You just felt it. Oh, it's awful.
It says here, I was reading on your bio here, Cliff Numark, that you were also on the City Council of Torrance,
That's right. Yeah, serving the public.
serving the public.
He's just that guy.
Yeah,
know?
as long as you don't mess with the spearmint rhino. Never close that place down.
Not in the Torrance boundaries, I can
Oh,
assure
it's
you.
not? Okay, I thought it was. Oh, thank God. I was worried. I was like, oh my God, I hope he doesn't design these guys. I hope he doesn't pull one
But
of
I love
those.
Cliff knew that. He was like, no.
Yeah. He's like, oh, no. All right.
It's
He's on Pinterest. I know. I made sure it wasn't in there.
not.
Cliff, thank you so much for coming in, man. And I want everyone to go out there and help Cliff and help the Red Cross. And let's get 6,000 participants. We need like
Yes.
2,500 more appointments. It's not that far off. Let's do it. RedCrossBlood.org, the website. Enter sponsor code KLOS. Make that appointment or just call them on the phone. 1-800-RED-CROSS, okay?
Thank you so much.
Thanks,
Kicks off
Cliff.
tomorrow.
We're doing this.
Go to the website,
We should go together.
955KLOS.com, and figure out like where everybody's going to be, what time they're going to be out there, and we'll be promoting it all week long. And yeah, come out and see us, and come out and see all the legendary DJs from KLOS, like Derek Madden. 95 minutes of music, legendary.
He's got legendary blood. You might
He
have
does.
liquid gold
He's legendary.
plasma.
All right.
Thanks to you guys. Thanks to Rox and everyone else. We
Cliff.
really appreciate Marco, everyone. Thank you.
Thank
so much.
you, Cliff, for coming in. 1-800-955-5567. Wait, we got some. Actually, people
Wait,
want to call
questions.
in.
Cliff.
Talk to you, Cliff.
I guess you're not going anywhere.
The phone lines are jammed.
No kidding. What's this about?
You want to stick around for another break?
Sure.
All
I'd be
right.
happy to.
You don't have any place to be? You have to go give blood?
I have to be here.
You have to be here?
Get people
Good
to
answer.
get people to sign up.
All right, we'll take your calls if you have any questions about giving blood. We got Cliff Numark. He's one of the experts, CEO for the American Red Cross, is in the studio with us. Give us a call, 1-800-955-5567. We are Heidi and Frank.
That was just a little sample of the Heidi and Frank show on 95.5 KLOS. To get more samples like this and hear all the fun we have, you can do that at 955KLOS.com. Now, to get the show in its entirety on demand, and if you want to watch the show, we webcast it every day, all you have to do is go to HeidiandFrank.com and become a premium package member. Do it right now.
Heidi and Frank show. The 2013 KLOS Blood Drive is made possible through all of your support, your generous donations of your life juice.
Your
That's
liquid
right.
gold.
But also the support of the Association for the Los Angeles Deputy Sheriffs, Pericone Juices, Donate Life. We just met Brian from Donate Life.
Yeah.
Says here that Cliff Numark, who's with us from the Red Cross, he's the blood guy, and Brian is the organ guy from Donate Life.
Who
so-
also is O negative, by the way.
Yeah, he is so
got
negative.
He's got the liquid gold blood, too.
And the SoCal Honda dealers for all supporting this. So you need to go and make an appointment because we kick off this 32nd annual blood drive tomorrow, 20 different locations. Make an appointment, find a place near you. redcrossblood.org. Enter the sponsor code KLOS or call 1-800-RED-CROSS and make that appointment so you can get the commemorative T-shirt and then the vouchers for all these great rock shows that are available through like the Greek and LA County Fair and Nokia. Good stuff.
You sit there, you give blood, you get a juice, a cookie, and you could go to a great concert.
Event voucher, commemorative T-shirt, free char burger from The Habit, free Chili's queso.
Oh, the Habit.
Oh, I love
Hell,
that.
I'm in.
2 tickets to the Laugh Factory. I mean, it's just like an
Seriously.
extravaganza. Yeah, that's the cool T-shirt.
Look at that.
Yeah, if you go to the Pomona Donor Center, you'll see we've got 32 years of T-shirts hanging.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, KLOS has been a big, helper in the process.
Big time.
For a very, very long time. I know
Big
Mark
time.
and Brian were
We
a
got
big
to
part
be
of
bigger,
it as well.
bigger.
I heard Mark and Brian have a bathroom dedicated to them over there at the
It
Red
is
Cross.
true.
What?
With a red toilet seat. It is true. It is
We got
true.
it. We
It's
got
a
to
little
do better than
shrine.
this.
It's a little shrine for their scatological humor. So
Yeah,
Right.
we have to at least get, I don't know, a
toilet-
doormat,
paper.
a doormat or something,
Something.
Yeah.
Just,
to be fair, we put that in a while ago.
Just the waste can with our name on it. Holds the toilet
There will
brush.
be something
that-
there for you guys. I assure you.
Oh, you're
I
one.
assure
Toilet
you.
brush. 1-800-955-5567. Taking questions for Cliff. He is the CEO for the American Red Cross Blood Services Southern California region. He is responsible for overseeing the recruitment of nearly 400,000 blood donors to sustain Southern California's blood supply. If you have a question, you'd like to be a part of this, and you're not sure if you can or not, give us a call. And Cliff's here to help us out. 1-800-955-5567. Let's go to Benjamin on line 1. Hello, Ben.
Hello there.
Hey, Benjamin. Say hi to Cliff.
Hello.
Hey, Heidi, Frank, Cliff. Cliff, it's a pleasure meeting you.
Thanks for calling.
Absolutely. So my history with the Red Cross is I've donated about 8 times in my life.
Fabulous.
We made
Thank
it a
you.
big family tradition to go every Thanksgiving.
Awesome.
And at the age of 20, I'm a gay male. And at the age of 20, I became sexually active. And since then, I've been turned away every time. Do you know if that policy, after a couple of years, I kind of just stopped trying.
Sure.
Is that policy still in effect, and is that going to change anytime soon?
Yeah, the policy is in effect. It's set by the Food and Drug Administration, which regulates all blood collections throughout the entire country. So every blood bank in the whole country has to abide by the FDA policy, which basically says if a man has had sex with a man even once since 1978, they can't donate.
Now, isn't that weird because it's the blood is cleaned and tested anyway?
Well, so no test is entirely perfect. That's
Okay.
why we screen folks out, and there is a bit of a waiting period where someone could potentially contract it.
Right,
So
okay.
the blood is as safe as we can make it. The American Red Cross and the American Association of Blood Banks and Americans Blood Centers have gone to the FDA to say that policy, the length of time period, doesn't make scientific sense.
Mm-hmm.
So we have advocated to the FDA to change the policy, to change that period of time, and.
Oh, look at that. Look at the audience is happy.
There you go.
He's like,
So-
where are they?
Because here's what's going to happen. Otherwise, you're just going to force people to lie. Be like,
Yeah.
Benjamin's going to go in there, get rid of that sachet and be like, yeah, here to give some blood. I love chicks. Love them.
Yeah, that's
And
why.
then-
Well, maybe leave the feather boa at home before you walk in there, Benjamin. I mean, maybe,
It doesn't necessarily make a lot of sense, and that's why we've advocated to change the policy.
Good.
So the policy is if you've had sex with another man before,
Even once.
before 1970,
Even
or
once
after
since
1978.
1978.
Thank God, Rob, you had that crazy summer of 77.
Whoa, you just under the
So I
wire
think Rob
there.
can donate. Thank you. Thank God for that.
Phew.
1-800-955-5567. Thank you, Ben. Let's go to Dean on line 3. Hello, Dean.
Hi, how you doing?
Say hello to
good.
Cliff Numark.
Yeah.
Hi,
Cliff.
Dean.
Hi. My wife is RH negative. What is that?
So RH negative means that you can actually give blood to those who are positive or negative depending on the blood type. RH negative is just another way. It's another part of the blood type. So you have A, B, and O, and then you have an AB, and then you have positive or negative. So if you're A negative, that means you can give to both A positive and A negative patients as well as
That's what I
as well as
thought.
AB.
Yeah, that's what I thought. But she says she's not A, B, or anything like that. She's just Rh negative.
No,
So.
she's got it. She's. I mean, she may not be
Is
human.
she from this planet?
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
So she's got to be. She's got to be one of those.
What color is her blood when she's cut? What does she bleed?
She is blonde, so that might.
I'm like RH negative.
I'm like
I
no
don't like,
letter.
it's like no letter.
I'm
Or
like double D positive.
Okay. And then I used to have hepatitis way back when. I can't give anymore. Is that correct?
That's correct. Yep.
Okay.
What do you mean
correct.
you used to have hepatitis way back when?
Back when I was like 25.
And you got rid of it?
Well, yeah.
If you have hepatitis, you can't
Yeah,
give.
it's not HC. It was non-A, non-B. So
Oh.
yeah, it went away.
All right.
So,
It's the good hepatitis, in other words.
Thank you,
better than it
Dean.
could have been. All right, thank you.
Let's go to Devin on line 4. Devin has a question for Cliff Numark, who's
Thank
here
you.
from the American Red Cross Blood Services. We got the big 32nd annual blood drive we are kicking off tomorrow. So if you have any questions, now's a good time to call in, 1-800-955-5567. Who are we with, Devin?
Hi, Devin.
Hi, Frank.
Hello.
What's your question for Cliff?
For Cliff, I broke my hand 2 weeks ago, and they put me on Percocet. How long do I have to be off the prescription before I can donate?
You know, there's a few reasons in terms of prescriptions you're taking for why you can't donate, and I don't. Occasionally they change, so I don't have the. I don't know off the top of my head. Please call 1-800-RED-CROSS. 1-800-RED-CROSS, and they'll tell you. But the actual list of believe it or not, the list of things that you take is actually pretty limited, like it's Propecia, things like that. So it's not very significant. So I would definitely call 1-800-RED-CROSS and they'll let you know.
Yeah, Devin's blood's like the party pack, where it's
Yeah,
like, hey, look,
yeah.
we got his blood and Percocet.
Right, yeah. Grandpa wakes up from his surgery. He's like,
Hey,
"Hell, man,
this is awesome.
I don't know, but I feel good.
Who gave me this?
Thank that guy.
There are a lot. Believe it or not, only about 40% of the public can actually give blood. So there's all these little things that might exclude people there and there. That's
Well, I
which is why
found
we
out-
need the folks to.
Well, why
give.
don't you just make the appointment anyway.
Yeah.
Make the appointment, come out, and because like if you think you're RH negative or whatever, you think you're no
You don't
letter,
know, yeah.
or you are Benjamin, and you're like, I didn't know if I could or not or whatever. Go out, make an
Make the-
appointment anyway, and then give the blood because maybe you can use it or not. But the point is making the appointment and finding out if you're if you
absolutely.
can give blood, and then continue to do so because there is
You
a
can
blood
show
shortage.
up. You can show up, and if you show up, it's okay. You know, if you show up the day of and you find out that you can't give, that's fine. You would still get the event voucher and the T-shirt and everything else. It's our policy to give anyone who presents to donate will get the benefits.
But technically, there's not a blood shortage.
There is always a blood shortage.
We're just all blood hoarders.
That's right.
We don't give it
blood.
up.
The blood is there, right? It's in it isn't human
time
beings,
to
right?
clean
Exactly.
house.
Thank
Let
you.
the blood
Right.
out.
That's perfect. I've never used that line before. That's perfect.
You can have it.
Yeah, you can have that.
You can have it. No, we found out our producer, Sammy, we were all talking about going and donating blood. We're all going to go to the Red Cross at some point this week. And Sammy says, I can't. We're like, well, why? I don't weigh enough.
That is true. You have to weigh over
Cliff.
110 pounds.
Oh, look at that.
Wow.
Yeah. Then there's no, believe it or not, and you have to be at least 17 or 16 with the parents' consent. And people say, well, what's the maximum age? There is no maximum age.
What
You
about
just
this? I have
to be adult.
tattoos.
Okay, so if you had a tattoo within the year, then you can't. If you had it
Crap.
prior to, yeah, unfortunately.
Oh, Frank.
You had it in California, right? There are some states where it's okay.
But luckily, I have like
Yeah,
a
you
whole
had it here.
refrigerator of blood downstairs. Not mine, but I'll give it to you. No big deal.
Don't ask any questions. A little shady.
I bought it from a guy in a van.
I'll be there. I'll donate. I'm good. I'm healthy.
Yeah, that's great.
Except for this weird
they're
mix.
all,
I'll be
like I
there.
said, there's all these little rules. And actually, I said 1970. It's actually 1977 for the men having sex.
Oh,
men
Rob!
before, but- yeah, sorry.
Oh, no.
Sure, think back.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
Go back and read your diary. Make sure it was 77, not 76.
But the bottom line is like you said, call 1-800-RED Cross if you have questions about your eligibility, or just show up and we'll let you know. I mean, and it's the presenting of the donors is really, really important because that's what we need. We need people to sign up and to show up. Yeah.
Sign up and show up. How do you do that? You got to call them 1-800-RED-CROSS or go to the website redcrossblood.org. Enter the sponsor code KLOS and make that appointment. Like I said, kicks off tomorrow and lasts till Saturday, wraps up on Saturday. So this is the week to go do it. And so, yeah, make it a family thing. Like Ben called and said, hey, the whole family goes down there
On Thanksgiving.
and, on
That's
Thanksgiving and donates.
That's cool.
Why not just make it a whole family outing and go give blood that day?
The Heidi and Frank family right here.
There you
Let's
go.
do it. Let's all go.
1-800-955-5567. Let's go to, let's see. We already talked to Ray? Let's talk to Cherie on line 5. Hello, Cherie.
Hey, good morning, guys. It's Auntie Cherie. How you doing?
Hello,
We're
Auntie
good.
Cherie.
Awesome. Cliff, my question to you is, I stupidly 2 decades ago experimented with IV drugs, and I've also had relations with a heroin addict, but all my tests have come clean for the last 2 decades. So I'm getting conflicting information. Some people say, yes, I can donate. Some people say, no, I cannot.
Yeah, an IV drug user, past IV drug user, cannot donate to the American Red Cross. Unfortunately,
Are you getting an idea of our audience, Cliff?
No, listen.
I mean,
but listen,
we got,
there's all kinds of ways that you could help out. You could recruit someone else to come in and donate.
Yeah.
You can volunteer with the Red Cross. I mean, we actually, when you go in and register and say, "Hi, I'm here to donate blood," all those folks are volunteers. So you can register, you can volunteer, you can get someone else to donate. Or you can organize a blood drive yourself.
There you go.
Yeah. Oh, there's all kinds of ways you can give.
Yeah, if you can't give it yourself,
Can't
take
give
it from
directly.
others.
Yeah.
I mean,
Thank you.
seriously.
Thank you for
Recruit
asking.
your
If you
friends.
started your own little blood drive, that'd be awesome. Let's go to John on line 6. Hello, John.
How you doing?
We're good.
Quick question. I served in the military for a little over 20 years, and I've been able to give bone marrow, but every time I've tried to give any kind of blood, I was denied because I was in Germany in the 80s, and they said there was a breakout of mad cow disease back then, so they wouldn't take my blood.
Yeah, so the rule for mad cow disease, and for example, I can't give because I lived in England for about 5
Hang
months.
on a second.
I can't give.
Cliff!
I lived in England. What can I say?
It was the mad cow disease.
There's no test for the human equivalent
We
of.
know you don't have mad cow.
You never know. You don't know. It can stay dormant for a long time, and there's no test. So that's why we exclude people. We also exclude people who lived in malarial zones because there's no test for it. So for Germany, though, they changed the rules. It used to be, I think, a year for living in Germany and other parts of Europe. Now it's 5 years. So if you lived if you lived there for less than 5 years cumulatively, you should be able to give.
Okay, so since I was there in the 80s, but only because the military, now I'm back, and everything was 20 plus years ago.
Yeah.
You're fine. Sign up.
I'm okay.
You're fine.
As long as it's less than 5 years cumulatively, you were in Germany. If it was more than that, then unfortunately you won't be able to.
Well, you're
when you
telling
say
me
you go to the FDA, you're trying to get the restrictions on gay
Yep.
males and when they had sex and not had sex. Are you trying to do other things too, like, he was in Africa, or he lived in England? Come on.
We've taken I mean, there's believe it or not, and I'm a lawyer, not a doctor, so I don't want to go too far, but basically there's an entire medical advisory group that that works with the FDA to try to figure out what makes sense to make sure the blood supply is safe. That's the thing, is we don't want to have someone give blood and then turn around and hurt a patient, right? So we want to
Right,
make
of
sure
course.
it's safe.
We have some good news and bad news.
right. Yeah.
Right, exactly. That's bad, right? That's really
Grandpa's
bad.
fine. He just has mad cow disease.
And
So-
malaria.
So that's why the mad cow disease, for example, we're waiting for a test to be developed, and until that test is developed, we exclude all those folks.
You're saying that you could have mad cow disease right now. You don't know. It could lay dormant, and then one day just
and actually
Cliff goes
there's been
crazy.
a few instances I think in England where folks have actually contracted the human variant of mad cow disease via a blood transfusion.
That's going to be one hell of a council meeting when that thing pops out. I think Cliff needs another glass of water. He's over there, mad cow.
We have a tweet at Heidi and Frank. If you want to tweet us at Heidi and Frank, Tim HS04 says, "Can't make it down from Ventura, but can I donate up there? I want the goodies."
There is a Ventura site actually.
Oh, well, there you go.
Ventura is on Wednesday from 2 to 8 p.m.
There you go, Tim.
At the Foster Library.
Yeah, go to the website, find locations throughout San Bernardino, Riverside, Ventura, Orange, and Los Angeles counties. Go to the website, redcrossblood.org. Find out where they're going to be every single day. Enter that sponsor code KLOS and call 1-800-RED-CROSS, 1-800-733-2767.
Save a life, people.
It could,
It seriously could. I'm not making a joke.
I
People
like what
really
you
do.
said, those individual disasters.
It's true.
It's the biggies that always happen where you hear like, give to the Red Cross right now.
Right.
And it's like, okay, everybody's like on board. It's like, yeah, let's roll type of
We
thing.
need it every day, though.
Yeah, every
Big
day.
time.
Those everyday disasters help someone out.
We're in San Diego
This week.
County this year too.
There you
Really?
go. They're growing.
Yeah.
1-800-955-5567. Thank you again so much for coming in,
Thank
Cliff.
you guys.
Seriously,
Thank
and
you,
thanks for
Frank.
sticking
Thank you
around
so much,
answering
Heidi.
these questions.
Oh, this is awesome.
With our crazy audience. You're like, oh my
We
God.
love KLOS. We love KLOS listeners. They're fabulous.
We do too.
And they love classic rock. That's why they're here. It's obviously not for the banter. You can get an evening with Chicago at the Greek, Jerry Garcia Symphonic Celebration at the Greek, Frampton Guitar Circus with B.B. King at the Greek, Steely Dan Nokia Theater, L.A. County Fair General Admission featuring Leonard Skinner, The Outlaws. Also another one, Bad Company, John Fogerty, Brian Wilson, and Jeff Beck, Moody Blues. So yeah, make that appointment, get the voucher, get the T-shirt, get all the other goodies. Laugh Factory. I mean, seriously, it's a week. Let's make this the biggest, bloodiest blood drive of all time.
Yeah.
Here,
All right.
Here.
1-800-955-5567. We'll come right back. We are Heidi and Frank.